Hello, everyone. It's the Maritime Wrestling Superfan, Connor Cook, and welcome to another interview for the State of Maritime Wrestling podcast interview series. Today, I am here with none other than the Newfoundland Nightmare, Justin Newhook. How are you doing?
Good, homie. How you doing?
I'm doing good, homie. Doing good.
That's
So,
awesome.
uh, were you a wrestling fan growing up?
Always, constantly, always the wrestling fan growing up. Uh, my first, I guess, memory of wrestling would be watching with my grandfather years ago, and just like him, I always loved the bad guys. It was always the heels were the ones that always kept me entertained the most. Growing up, the only good guy I ever liked or good people I ever liked was the Hart Foundation. So anybody that was in the Hart Foundation. As you can see, we're in Owens now.
Mm.
He was an amazing heel as well. But yeah, I loved it ever since I was a child. And then when I got older, fell out of it for a bit, but that happens, and then got back into it.
Mm. What was your earliest memory of wrestling growing up?
Well, the earliest memory would be watching with my grandfather, like sitting on his lap, watching whoever would be. I can't remember who was on TV at the time, uh, but my earliest memory that I can remember was in St. John's. I wanted to go to a wrestling show. Unfortunately, family couldn't afford it. My cousin's boyfriend tried taking me, couldn't get in. But I remember we were driving by the arena and the bay doors were open, and it was during Undertaker's entrance. So you could see all the purple and the light and the flashes going off, and he was standing in the ring just about to get it. I think he was going up the steps, and it was just like a millisecond driving by, and that's like my earliest memory.
Yeah. So who was your favorite wrestler
Undertaker.
overall? Yeah.
Undertaker growing up my entire life, definitely, and then when you get older, you have different wrestlers you become a fan of. CM Punk is one of my favorite. Always have been. Always will be.
Mhm. Yeah. So what made you want to become a pro wrestler?
I only seen it a couple times in Newfoundland. Living on the West Coast, there wasn't a lot of wrestling that came through. So when it did come through, it wasn't anything. It just didn't really stand out to me. And then when I saw a show here down in Halifax, just before going on deployment, it was around 2013, I think, and saw Dick Durning, uh, Chip Chambers, Fantana. Oh man, right now I can't remember the rest that was on there, but I remember Dick Durning and Fantana had an amazing spot where Dick popped Fantana up into the air. Fantana grabbed the rafters and kicked Dick, then dropped off and gave him a run onto it. I was like, oh, that was nice. Uh, and then went on deployment. And then when I came back from deployment, saw another show, and then found out they were running a school. And I said, the second I saw it, I was like, I love production, so I want to. If the show looks good and it makes the talent feel good, then the talent are going to put off better shows, put off better matches. You don't need fireworks and pyro and smoke and all that. It's nice if you can get it, yes, but if you just make it look nice and make it look proper and give the talent that extra little bit of, hey, we put a little effort in for you, and they go out and they kill it every time.
Mm. Excellent. So when you started wrestling, you were trained by the maritime wrestling legend Wildman Gary Williams at the Wildman Academy there. Tell me
Yes,
about
sir.
your experience with him, training with him.
My first time walking in, I want to say I was wearing a Guns N' Roses shirt. I'll say it was a Guns N' Roses shirt. I walk in, and the first thing he says, he goes, "Oh, only idiots like Guns N' Roses." And as soon as he said it, I felt, what? But then I look right at him, and he's wearing a Guns N' Roses shirt as well, so I understood. But for your first time meeting him, your trainer, you're like scared to even like anger him. But we got along really well. We still get along really well to this day. He's been. We don't talk as much as I wish we did, and that's on me. I could reach out to him a lot more. But the times that we do talk, they're very meaningful and they're very heartfelt. And he's been amazing to us every step of the way when we've needed his help. And to the point that our gorilla position right behind the curtain, it's not gorilla. We call it the wall man position. Like, we have a sign up there says wall man position. We sent the picture to him and we're like, hey, like you mean a lot to us. So it was really cool to show him that. And we involve him in the show sometimes, and definitely want to involve him in more. But we'll see how that goes this year.
Yeah, speaking of Wild Man Jerry Williams, I remember at one show, you and Connors and Rudy and Wild Man Jerry Williams all teamed up and had a match against the Newfoundland World Order.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me what that match was like.
That was a match that originally it was going to be a 6-man. And then we're like, well, let's bring Rudy into it as well, because NWO had 4 people, so we're like, well, let's just make it an 8-man, and it just fell together really easily. Messaged Gary, asked him if he was down, and right away he said yes, because he loves me and Connors, and we were very appreciative of that. The love is sent right back to him, and yeah, it just all fell together really well. And it was one of those moments. It was just after Connors and myself took over North Pro as owners. So it was kind of like us. We want to help the 10 opportunities to grow. But it was one of the moments where it's like, okay, we need to flex our booking hat here a little bit so we can have this match that we want to have. And that's what we wanted to do with that match. I mean, we got to do it because, like, Gary doesn't have a lot of matches left in him, in the sense that he doesn't, I'm sure he can absolutely still go, but he doesn't want to be in there as much as we all want to see him in there. But he graciously got in the ring with us, and we shared the ring with him once after that as well, in a 6-man against Lincoln Steen and a few others. I want to say it was Max Power and somebody else. Dawson James. That's what it was. It was that Dave Boy show. That's right.
Yeah. So, speaking of Connors, what was it like teaming up with Matt Connors as one of the best tag teams in the freaking world, Sabotage, and also you were in the faction with Connors and Troy Merrick as Fractured, and now you're currently teaming up with Kobe as the Holy Trinity. Tell me about what it's like teaming up with those guys.
So me and Connors met about a year after I got into wrestling, and it was instant. The second we shook each other's hands, it was instant brotherhood. There's no other way to really explain it, I guess. It's just instant brotherhood of we're almost the exact same person. We have different beliefs in certain regards, little tiny things, but we're almost the exact same person. Multiple times a week, we'll message each other something, and we'll say, get out of our head, because I was thinking the exact same thing, or he was as well. And everybody knows our love for each other. We're when we get together, it's just like we can make anything fun. You know what I mean? So, like, that's just like one of our best qualities is we literally can make anything fun. Doesn't matter how shitty the situation is, we're gonna make it a good time. So being like, yeah, friends with him, amazing. Sorry, I gotta answer this. This is Power Slap. Sorry, 1 second. Hello?
Oh, you're good.
Hey, buddy, sorry about that.
Oh, you're all good, man. You're all good.
Oh, man. Yeah, that came in right at the most inopportune time.
Oh, yeah. You're all good. uh, so also you and Connors had were the Destiny Tag Team title, champions. Tell
Yeah,
me
so
what it was like holding that, and also you're also the current Celtic Groups champion in ECPW. Tell me about that too.
okay. So I'm just gonna go back right quick because we were talking about the tag team, the factions, and I don't want to skip over Troy. Troy was an amazing uh, mentor to us coming up in wrestling in a lot of regards about just a lot of some mentality stuff, and he helped us out a lot. And being a part of that trio, that faction, really helped elevate us in a way. Um, Especially down in the Halifax area, it was cool to have that trio, that faction come together, and then for Troy's retirement, to have all three of us come back together for that moment was super special. So yeah, I didn't want to skip over that. Sorry. And teaming with Covey is just it's something you've watched it like it's something special, it's something fun. It's
Yeah.
he's the technical guy and we're the powerhouses, and all three of us love having a laugh. So it's if you watch one of our trios matches, we're more than likely laughing on the apron. Not that we're not taking anything seriously, but we're having that much fun that the fans are going to know as well, and they love seeing it. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, and then yeah,
One,
we'll go back to the. Go ahead.
one funny one funny thing that always gets fans is like when you do your promos with Matt Connors and Connors has a bag of cheesy. Oh man,
Oh, the
that'll
cheesies.
crack
Oh, the
people up.
cheesies. Yeah, the cheesies are never going to go away. Let's just say that. They'll
Oh,
always make appearances. Uh, but it's funny because it literally just started as a joke. And of course, if you're having fun, fans love to see it. People love to see it, and they want to see more of it. So we'll give them more. If we got to eat more cheesies, oh shucks. Well, Connors has to. I don't. He's the one that eats them. I just stand there. So. Um, but yeah, then we'll get to your next question. Sorry, with the titles. Winning the Destiny tag titles with Connors was something special. It was a build-up of a lot of things that finally came to fruition. Unfortunately, Connors got injured, and so did I. Just after we got the titles, I blew up my ACL, and his shoulder got re-injured. So we had to relinquish them and step away. Unfortunately, but it was very special to us, and it'll always be a special moment to us because like we got to be a part of Destiny when it was really special. So that's super awesome. And as your current Celtic Roots champion at East Coast Pro Wrestling, um, yeah, it's special up there. It's very special up there. Getting to go up there, and a lot of the fans are just very supportive and very reactive to anything that anybody does. And I'm very fortunate that they enjoy watching me for whatever reason, and they enjoy laughing at my stupidity in the ring. And then, yeah, they just give me all the support that I could ever ask for, and it feels really special. So I feel like 2026 is going to be another special year. Hopefully.
mm, yeah, and for since you and Connors fought North Pro, uh, uh, tell me what it was for you and Connors to get by North Pro and make it your own.
It We just got a message from the previous owner and saying that he was interested in selling it.
Mm.
And Connors and myself and a few others have been there since day one. We helped create it. We helped name it. So, or help decide on the name. But when that opportunity came up, it was between us and a few other people in Maritime that wanted to purchase it. And there was no way that we were going to allow anybody else to control the baby that we helped create. So we had a very quick conversation, Connors and myself, and we said, all right, well, we're taking on this responsibility because it's something that we've always wanted. We've always wanted to run our own shows. We've always wanted to book our own shows, our own matches. The second that we bought it, people were already saying that, oh, it's going to be the Sabotage show. And I think we've wrestled like 4 or 5 times for the company since we bought it. Maybe a little bit more, maybe. But we don't want to take the spotlight away from the guys coming up now and that are putting in the work. Like, we've been doing it for 10 years. We got to have some amazing fun opportunities. We had some opportunities that just got taken away because of the pandemic and everything like that. And that's fine. That's life. We could sit here and harp on it and be sad about it, or we can take our experiences and our connections and help the next wave of maritime wrestlers grow. And that's what our plan is.
Yeah.
And plus, it's always the Sabotage show anyways. It doesn't matter what show we're on.
Yeah.
It's always the Sabotage show anyways. We could just be standing there and we'll take the attention away because that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves
it. Yeah. Everyone, maritime wrestling fans always love seeing Sabotage.
They love seeing Connors. They love seeing Connors. I'm just there.
Yeah, definitely with the cheesies. But there was one big moment that I still remember to this day, with you turning heel on Connors.
I
at
did
that last show. After the match between it was the Tornado Tag Team match with Legit and Lincoln Jugs and Sabotage.
Yeah.
Jeez. I still remember that shock and heel turn from this day. You should have seen the look on my face when you turned heel.
I did.
Wow.
I saw.
Oh, it was shocking.
It was something that needed to be done. It was something that when Connors and myself first created Sabotage, we also knew how it would have to end. Nobody else would end Sabotage. The creators would kill it. And at the time, we were done. Sabotage was done. There needed to be no more. And throughout our fighting, throughout that year, and all the games he played on me, and made me lose the heavyweight champion or the undisputed championship match, made me lose the NSPW Maritime Championship match, made me lose against Mia Malik. All those things that he did.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, okay, all right. And we proved that we got it all out in the match. And that's what needed to be done. And sometimes brothers fight. I'm glad that Sabotage is still together. Because even though we know how we wanted to end it, it's never going to end. Sabotage will never end.
That's for sure. And so during that time when you feuded with Connors, and I remember you had AWOL there as Sabotage 2.0, and what was it like working with Pete and Ryan as the host for the Sabotage 2.0?
It was just perfectly fitting. It was those guys mimic Connors and myself in similar ways. And they have a passion for this that we had in ourselves at the beginning as well, and we still do. But it was just perfect timing where I turned on Connors, and then I had my 2 henchmen. You know, it's kind of like when Edge had his edge heads. But obviously they don't look like me. I mean, people say me and Pete kind of look like each other at times, but I think he's just kind of copied my look. I think he's just, got the facial hair and stuff like that. But we had a lot of fun with it, and it was just kind of one of those things that fell into place. It was the same. It kind of fell into place the same way that when Connors and myself first started in wrestling, there was a wrestling company called Vision Pro Wrestling, and Dick Durning owned it, and a few others, I think. And at one point, there was this huge match planned with a few others. One of the people couldn't show up or backed out, whatever it was, and then out of the corner of the room, we hear, "We'll sabotage it," and that's how the New Awakening was born. So that was myself, Connors, and Remy Petit, and that was some special times. That was some time where we got to just stand back. Most of the times, we just got to stand back and watch them all wrestle, and we were ringside. So that's how we got to learn, was standing ringside for a long time. But that was some special times. Yeah.
Mm. And you've also feuded with AWOL in North Pro as well, and a few other tag teams like the Hollywood Heathens and Superstars of Wrestling, Chocolate City, and all that. Tell me about those feuds too.
The feuds they're always special to us. The feud that we had with the original Heathens, to this day, will still be one of the best lineup of matches that we got to perform. There was really something special knowing that all four people were all on the same page, all the same mindset. There was moments in the match where we all knew we had the crowd, we knew what was going on, we were in control, and it was a beautiful feeling. Same thing with like the Highlight Heathens, which we haven't got to do a lot with yet, but I feel like the way our paths have crossed multiple times, it's only a matter of time before we have that with them. But the ultimate feud that we got to do was with the Boys,
Oh yeah.
Moondog and Max Power, and that was something that was again a lot of the teams that we've feuded with natural. It's been very natural. The feuds that we've had. It's never had to be forced. It's two people versus two people that want to prove who's the best. And we're going to go at any means necessary to do what we have to do. So it's hard to name one feud as the top one, because each one of them kind of have certain moments in each one of those feuds where either, and when, again, that's the whole reason that we love being in this, us elevating or our opponents being elevated. Because if you have a match and no one gets elevated coming out of it, then I guess it was just for fun.
Yeah. So, how different was your in-ring career since you and Thomas bought North Pro?
uh, it's changed. Not surprisingly whatsoever. Um, you're not viewed as just a talent anymore. You're viewed as somebody that owns a company. So the way people view you or interact with you kind of changes, which I guess is understandable in a way, because we're talking to these people in regards of like, hey, we have storylines ideas for you. We want to do this. We want to do that. We want to. So how, like, and we, just as much as we pitch ideas to people, we want them pitching ideas to us. So it's been a really beautiful experience growing that type of relationship and dynamic with all the talent here around here in the Maritimes. Um, as for Connors and myself, we have taken a step back from wrestling this year. We're not wrestling. We are doing certain matches, but we once again we want to give more exposure and more chances to other talent, and then also we only want to wrestle about a handful of times this year, maybe 10 tops, and we want it to be with people that we love, either doing it singles or in tag. Luckily, everybody that we're facing or I'm facing coming up is all people that I love. And that's what I want it to be this year is I just want to be able to tell great stories and to be able to like help elevate everybody coming out of it. So it's going to be really fun. Like my first match this year isn't until April. I think it's like mid-April for ECPW. Like last year and the year before that, and the year before that, I was doing like 70 matches, 75 matches a year. And now I'm going to be going to like 10, 12. But I love it because it's been a beautiful, like I said, it's been a beautiful thing watching everybody grow in the ring, the production team growing, just everybody, the refs, all the crew, just every show just gets better and better and better, and that's what we love to see.
And with all right. So with like you being in a relationship with Emily Parker, tell me about how what it really means to you. The
That was something that just once again it just kind of fell into place. We um, we interacted at a charity show in Tatamagouche. Another fellow wrestler at the time brought her up to the music table because at the time I was wrestling. Connors was just doing music still. I was still doing. I was wrestling under the name Grayson King. Now, I'd wrestled about 6 matches as Grayson King before I dropped that gimmick. But yeah, she came up to the music table with the other wrestler. We shook each other's hands. I'm a hugger, like you know this, so I give a quick hug. Yeah, I give a quick hug, and when she walked away, I looked at Connors and I was like, she's gonna be mine. And I didn't mean that in a possessive way. I didn't mean that in a controlling way. I was just like, I'm gonna pursue her. I'm gonna pursue her, and didn't really pursue her much because life got in the way. And then another chance interaction online, just commenting about something, got to talking online, and then the first day that we hung out, I don't think the only time we've ever been apart is because I'm either out of town or she's out of town for wrestling. That's the only. It's been, we've had our ups and downs because we've been together over 10 years. Oh no, 10 years soon. 10 years this month coming up. So yeah, with any relationship, friendship dynamic, it's business or, lovingly, like emotional, nothing's perfect. And I'm very thankful for all the ups and downs that we've had because it only made us stronger. And both of us, we do therapy and that helps us a lot because nobody's perfect, but it's a great journey. It's a great journey to be on together where we are constantly trying to improve ourselves and the communication and everything. So yeah, it's been a beautiful experience so far. And I can't wait for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years.
so when you wrestled, who were your toughest opponents in any of the promotions in the Maritimes?
Toughest physically?
Yeah.
Oh man, there's a bunch of them that are tough. We've only got to interact with Dick Durning a handful of times. He's one of the toughest in the Maritimes, absolutely. Again, Troy Merrick has done. He's tough, man. His chops. Oh my god. Okay, we don't need to get into that. My god, his chops. I just got cold shivers. Man, like Rudy. Rudy's a tough son of a gun. That guy can take a beating and still come out on top. Ethan, I have beat the crap out of him, and he's come back for more. There's just there's a lot of tough guys in the Maritimes, but I don't know if I've ever met someone that I felt I couldn't beat, if you know what I mean. I can take a beating. Like it doesn't like I know there's tougher people out there than me. I'm man enough to accept that and understand that. But I'm also man enough to understand that I can take a beating, and I more than likely will be able to take more of a beating than the other person. So I might not look good at the end of the fight, but I'm going to be standing.
That's for sure. So, one of your big matches in the Maritime Wrestling history was you and Connors took on Tabernacle Team in North Pro. You took
Yeah.
on Karate in Pro Wrestling Ontario, AWOL, Newfoundland Warrior Order, Hollywood Heathens, Highland Heathens, Chocolate City, and Mia Malik with the Pokemon battle. Uh, Tell me about it.
It's been
Uh,
it's been a crazy couple years, that's for sure. Some of the matches that we've had have been. We definitely need to do a compilation playlist on YouTube because some of the stuff that we've done is just ridiculous. I still don't know why that I jumped off a ladder for Destiny and like put like somebody through a table with my own body type thing. You know, when Trent Seven and Iceman walk up to you and go, "Hey, we got an idea," and they tell me what the idea is, and I look up and go, "Fuck, all right, yeah, we're gonna go through it." Also, sorry if is swearing allowed.
oh, you're all good, man. You're all good.
Okay, I don't want to get you in trouble, and I don't want the recording not to be able to work.
And the other matches I forgot to mention was like I still remember that match with when Moondog Dylan Davis was the North Pro champion. You took on him for that, and the NSPW Maritime champion there, Alex Silva. Tell me about those two matches, though.
Oh man, okay, so Alex isn't from the Maritimes, but he's a Maritimer. He belongs here. There's your toughest Maritimer between him and Moondog right there.
Yeah.
Moondog put me through the ringer for sure. He has a way to be able to control you without you realizing it. It's always a pleasure working him. But I think the hardest I've been hit was Alex Silva. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Chops wise, Troy owns that, obviously. Strikes like kicks and those forearms. But you send it back. You send it back just as hard. Right?
Yeah. And oh man, I still remember that moment when I think it was me, Corey Voltour, and my cousin there, Cheryl, I think. Yeah, we were waiting outside. He came out and threw a piece of garbage.
Yeah, get that shirt off. You had Moondog's shirt on. You're not supposed to be wearing a Moondog shirt. It's got to be either Sabotage or North Pro now.
Oh yeah, I got North Pro shirt there in there.
That's boy.
Hat there. But oh man, I still remember that moment. But you also took on I think the Foundation Pro Wrestling Ontario too with the Holy Trinity too.
Yeah, we faced yeah, it was the Foundation in Pro Wrestling Ontario. Yeah, it's Holy Trinity, right? Also, I think Kobe wants to switch our names to Hippie Sabotage. I don't know. I think that'll just be a funny nickname for us. I like Holy Trinity.
I think that name kind of fits the whole team there.
Yeah, unfortunately,
the Trinity kind of fits more.
Oh, it definitely fits us more. Unfortunately, there's a trio up in Ontario, a bunch of rookies that have tried to adopt that name as well, and they can. Obviously, we're not in the same areas. Use whatever name you want.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we do it better. So
Mm, dang right. And you have your you also had a big match with Emily Parker where she made her wrestling debut where you and her took on JP Sims and Dave Boyce. Tell
yeah,
me about that.
David A. Boyce.
David
Um,
Dave Boyce, yeah.
that was again something that just like came into fruition. Like it just all happened naturally. And when the promoter asked me, I said, "Yeah, absolutely. Let's. Why not? You know what I mean?" I've had amazing fun matches at Pro Wrestling Unleashed, and it's been an amazing place to wrestle at. And being able to wrestle with my fiance, and we got to do our face paint, and she asked right away, she's like, "Can we do the face paint and do your entrance like the Purge one?" Yeah, absolutely. That's dope. That's awesome. And she killed it. She put her heart into it, and it won't be the only time or the last time you see her in the ring, for sure. Just don't know when. I'm sure she'll be back in at some point. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, I
But
think
she is one of the top referees in the Maritimes.
she's the best. Not just because I love her.
Yeah. And so you also been doing Power Slap. You have your mat coming up in March. Tell me about that.
That's another thing where it just fell into my lap. It's another thing where the booker for Power Slap, uh, one of the bookers for Power Slap, sorry, Simbodi, he reached out to me. You know, we've known each other for years, for oh man, almost a decade now. And he reached out and he said, "Are you interested?" And when I first heard about this stuff years ago, I wasn't interested in it. But it seems like they're taking it a little bit more seriously. And I mean, how seriously can you take like a slap to the face? Like that's what it is. Like there's no defense to it. You just got to brace and build up your neck, and you know there's no ducking and weaving and bobbing. It's stand there and take a shot. And I've done that all my life. I've I've pissed people off my entire life, not on purpose. Sometimes on purpose, but it's not the first time that I've ever taken it. It won't be the first time I've taken a shot. Where you know, so why not do something like this where it can, one, put a lot more eyes on North Pro because I'm wearing a bunch of North Pro stuff. I can't wear it the day of the event, like for the actual event, but for all the media and everything like that, you're going to see this hat on. You're going to see the shirt on. I'm going to talk about North Pro. I want as many eyes to get on North Pro as possible so that all those eyes can get on North Pro, and then all those eyes can get on the wrestlers that are on North Pro as well. All we want to do is help elevate everybody. And this opportunity, yes, is for me, but the residuals coming from it can help out a lot of other people as well. So I would be foolish not to take this opportunity because of what it can open up for me.
Yeah. So, do you have any advice for any promoters out there in the wrestling industry, uh, starting in the wrestling industry?
Be open and communicative with your talent and your roster and your production team. Be open to other people having better ideas than you. It's a team effort, because if this was just all ran by one person, it would get pretty damn boring in my eyes. You want to have a really good team that's going to back you. And as long as you have that foundation of a really good team of roster, referees, cameramen, sound men, other crew, As long as you have that solid team where you can rely on them, it's just you're gonna do fine.
Mm. And do you have any advice for anyone out there in the who is starting their wrestling career in the wrestling industry?
Don't do it. No, I was just kidding. um, again, being being coachable is huge. Being communicative with your promoters, bookers. And when I say communicative, I'm not saying send a billion ideas to them or annoy them or anything like that, but it's, hey, I did this, can I do this better? Or hey, I have this idea I want to do for you guys, would you be okay with it? The more that you're open and communicative about that stuff, it shows the promoters that you're interested in the company and not just yourself. And the more that, in my eyes, it's benefited Connors and myself, the more that we were team players, the more opportunities came to us. So that would be my biggest thing, is to be coachable, communicative, be in the gym, not asking you to be shredded or anything like that. I'm not, I never will be, and that's perfectly fine, but I'll never ask anybody to be shredded. All I ask is they are safe and stable.
Mm.
That's what I ask of them. And then outside of that, watch a lot of movies, watch a lot of TV shows, and find inspiration to help mold your character.
Mm. Do you have anything to say to your fans in the maritime wrestling scene?
Thank you. That's the hugest thing that I can say is thank you. From the beginning all the way up till now, it's always been support, and everybody's helped me along on my journey of figuring out who I am. And it's still every day, it's still a journey, but thank you is the biggest thing that I could say.
Well, I've always supported the crap out of you since I started following the maritime wrestling scene in the
I
community.
appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
I really do appreciate it. Yeah, it's the gratitude. I don't know if I could ever express the gratitude enough to everybody. You know what I mean? I try to when I'm at the shows. That's why I try to be at the front door all the time and check everybody in and say hi and joke around. And then when they're leaving, I run out to the door, and as everybody's leaving, I thank them for coming and try to shake everybody's hands or fist bumps or whatever, just to give everybody acknowledgement and thank them for coming out. That's why Connors and myself get in the ring halfway through the show or at some point in the show to thank everybody for coming out and to make them realize that this is a passion project for us. This is something that we genuinely love to do. This isn't about money for us. We're not making bank out of it. Um, we're literally, the money that comes in from shows gets put right back into the next show. Yeah, it's just a huge passion project for us, and we're very thankful for the people that come out to experience.
Well, that's it for the intro. Interview. Thank
No,
you,
it's not. I have a
Justin.
question. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite match in North Pro history? It doesn't have to be under the Newhook and Connors banner. It could be under the previous owner's banner if you want.
Yeah.
But you can say it's under our banner if you want. It's during that time.
Yeah. I think for just overall, I would have to say like I have a lot of really favorite matches of mine that I really liked at North Pro. Like the AWOL versus the Durnings, that was a really good one.
Yeah.
Uh, you versus Connors, the unsanctioned match, and the you versus Mia, their Pokemon battle, and like Alex Silva versus
That was
Speedball Mike Bailey and
that was a crazy. Yeah, that
Moondog
was
Bill Davis versus Sin Bodhi there.
yeah. Um, yeah, Speedball versus Alex Silva match was ridiculous.
Mm.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for answering my question because you had some really good questions in there. Thanks for putting in the time and the effort for thinking about all that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for coming on here. I do appreciate your support on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, homie. Well, we'll
All
leave it
right.
with this. We'll leave it with this. All right.
All right.